Have you ever felt so exhausted that no amount of rest fixes it? Like your body is on just a permanent low battery mode? I know I have. If this sounds familiar to you, stick with me because today we're going to be talking about ME/CFS, also known as myalgic encephalomyelitis, chronic fatigue syndrome, and how it is way more than just being tired all the time. Drop 100 in the comments below if you have felt this kind of fatigue that was not fixed by rest. ME/CFS is a complex, debilitating condition that affects millions of people worldwide. But here's the kicker with those that are struggling with it. Many times they're told, you just need more rest, or you're just a bit stressed out. Sound familiar? But ME/CFS isn't just about being extra tired. This is a condition that affects people at a cellular level. It can affect their immune system, their mitochondrial function, and also can affect their brain function. One of the defining features of this condition is called post-exertional malaise, or PEM, meaning that even with a little bit of effort can leave somebody wiped out for days. If you've ever felt this crash before after doing just a little bit, post a yes in the comments below. Okay, let's clear up a big misconception about ME/CFS. It's not just about being tired after a long week of work. It's not just low energy. Think of your body as a phone battery. And when your battery on your phone is low, you put it on the charger overnight, and the next day it's good to go. But ME/CFS is kind of having a broken charger. You put it on the charger, and the next day it's not really fully refreshed, nor are you. And then you exert a little bit of energy, the battery drains even faster. Other symptoms that come along with this condition, things like brain fog, dizziness, dysautonomia, dysregulation, joint pain, muscle pain, and many others. It's not just about being sleepy. If this hits home for you, post in the comments below what your most frustrating symptom is as it relates to this. I'd love to hear it. So what is really going on here? Even though the exact cause is not 100% nailed down, functional medicine can often show us some clear patterns. Many cases started after a viral infection, like Epstein-Barr virus, herpes virus, or long COVID. Others started after a major stressful event or unmanaged stress for a long period of time. Others from chronic inflammation, and others from nervous system dysfunction. The mitochondria, or the little powerhouses of the cell, often struggle to produce enough energy. And this plays into it as well. So this is not just something that's in your head. There are major biological factors at play here. If yours started after an event like this or a viral infection, post me too in the comments below so we can see how many people are struggling like this. One of the biggest frustration about this condition is there are no labs that come back and say, you've got ME/CFS. However, there are several functional tests that we can do that will allow us to see why you may be dealing with some of the symptoms. The first are blood markers. You can look at inflammatory markers in the blood like C-reactive protein, ESR, and ferritin. You can look at antibody markers in the blood for Epstein-Barr virus, herpes virus. You can look at lymphocytes on the CBC that will allow you to see if you're dealing with a virus of some sort. There are also tests that look at mitochondria function. Things like looking at ATP production, and the O test that actually looks at several mitochondrial markers to see if there's dysfunction. You can look at gut tests that test for leaky gut and dysbiosis, like the GI map and the gut zoomer. And then lastly, you can look at adrenal and nervous system function tests that allow you to track the HRV as it relates to dysautonomia, and also the Dutch test to look at cortisol and how your body's adapting to stress. If you've ever had labs come back that say you're normal when you feel anything but normal, I get it. You're not alone. Here's the good news. You can take steps today to start improving your energy and your function. A root cause approach looks at restoring the balance to the body's systems. So I'm going to give you several of these recommendations. You can go back and watch this again. I'm just going to kind of rapid fire. So mitochondrial function, you might look at CoQ10, you might look at NAD and magnesium malate. Gut-brain healing, you might look at probiotics, butyrate, and glutamine. The nervous system regulation has many tools, things like the vagus nerve exercises, HRV exercises, maybe Gupta program, DNRS, or limbic system rewire, and also cold therapy. The anti-inflammatory support that could help are things like curcumin, omega-3 fatty acids, and a low inflammation diet. And then brain and sleep recovery, things like magnesium threonate, phosphatidylserine, and other adaptogens like ashwagandha, as well as a tool called NSDR, non-sleep deep rest. This is something you could do during the day. It'll take about 10 minutes, and it's almost like getting restorative sleep. And it may end up training your brain to sleep better at night. Have you tried any of these strategies? If you have, post those below. There are other people watching this that may learn from you and get a tool or tip that might just help them. So don't be afraid to post that. Myalgic encephalomyelitis and chronic fatigue syndrome is complex, but you're not powerless. By addressing mitochondrial health, gut function, and nervous system balance, many people have seen real improvements. If you're tired of being exhausted and want a functional approach, I encourage you to check out my website at functionalhealthtn.com for more resources and guidance. If this video helped you, I encourage you to save and like it, and also pass it along to a friend so that they can benefit from it as well. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care.